Hello, and welcome to another hilarious and quasi-educational podcast from comedian Max Weinstein. During the tour, be respectful to the other guests and to the staff at all times. Do not touch anything unless it explicitly says you are allowed. And do remember, everyone hates us here.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Everyone Hates Us Here, the walking tour podcast. Today we're going to be at the Museum of Man in San Diego, California. I'm here with a good friend of mine, hilarious comedian Michael Ramos. Thanks for joining me today, Michael.
Thanks for bringing me to the Museum of Man, Max.
Oh yeah, we're going to learn all about man.
It's literally raining men. Hallelujah.
It is not literally raining men. It's a beautiful day. Don't lie to my audience. This is a bad start.
Well, it's the
already.
Museum of Man, and then all of a sudden as I say, it's raining men.
I
thought you were going to keep going.
I don't know. All right, we're going to see you guys inside. Catch you in a second. Okay, so we are standing on the compass right on the... This is actually very convenient because I use compass directions to tell people where I am inside the museum. And really people should just have a compass on them at all times to understand what I'm referencing when I'm saying we're going to the north side of the museum.
Or in this case, it's the ancient Maya. We can also go east, was ancient Egypt. Or the San Diego Museum of Man, which we're already on for S. Or we can hit human evolution for west. So I read compasses different than you.
That's true. This is a nice compass. It's very big, but it's on the ground, so it's not very portable. But either way, we're starting at the south end, and we're going to take a right, and we're going to look. I see a beerology. That's our first exhibit here, sponsored by
Green Flash Stone Brewing, which is actually funny because Green Flash is going out of business.
Are they?
Yeah, sucks for them.
Ooh, rough.
The Lost Abbey.
Light Labs, West Coaster, some family.
This podcast is sponsored by beer. Just drink it.
Just drink it. If it's the 1800s, nothing else is safe.
Ooh, and then right here we have a saying for beerology from hunter-gatherers to hipsters.
I love that.
I like how they are just making the fact that people who drink beer are mainly hipsters.
I love the evolution that it's like beer. Started out from the toughest man to ever exist.
Hunters and gatherers.
And now it's evolved all the way to your local coffee shop, where someone's writing a novel on a typewriter.
Ching.
This is the ASMR portion of today's episode. Would you like to give that another go?
Ching.
That's probably the best typewriter impression I've ever heard. And it's definitely the best one on this podcast. Now
other than water and perhaps tea, it is the most widespread drink in the world. Yeah, no shit, it's beer.
Duh.
What's your favorite beer?
My favorite beer is Sunny Days by Barrel House Brewing.
Ooh.
It's an orangey, blondish beer. It's a citrus ale, I think, is what it's called. But
technically, they're called wheat ales.
Wheat ale?
A wheat ale.
Oh.
For the citrus.
On this wall, which
I'm
is
a bartender,
slightly clockwise of us, we've got a bunch of hinges on this wall. I think all of them are different words for beer.
Yeah, "Bye" is one of them.
We've got nibba. Hey, would you get
open.
me a nibba? Excuse me, can I get 2 nibbas over here?
Or pivo. Can I get a pivo? Birro.
That one's, birra.
I don't see
Beer.
Oh, cerveza. My favorite one.
San Diego, you gotta know how to say cerveza.
Yeah, I also speak Spanish. It doesn't open.
Nope.
It's probably like, come on, we know what cerveza is.
Yeah, everyone knows. But
Ale?
beer and ale open up.
Beginning in the 15th century, the term ale was used by the British to differentiate unhopped fermented malt liquor from the hopped variety beer, introduced from the European mainland.
I'm giving that reading a 9 out of 10. You almost made it through.
Almost.
Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy.
I went to college. I can read, I swear. 2 cervezas and cerveja.
Oh, wow. There, yeah.
And neither of them open.
We got some that I can't even read on here, I'm not going to lie. Some of them are symbols that I've never seen before.
Oh, this is Iran. It is interesting that in Iran, where typical barley beers originated, alcoholic beer is now illegal. Well, I don't want to go to Iran.
Yes, Iran would be probably a place that wouldn't like me very much. The whole being a Jew thing.
You know what? I didn't even think about the whole Jew thing. I was just thinking more the fact that they don't have illegal beverages.
You know, I'm glad that that's not something you're constantly thinking about. I appreciate it.
No, even though we talked about earlier about Mexican Jews.
Yeah, but apparently Mexican Jews are very common in San Diego, but I think that's just potentially the only type of Jewish people in San Diego because, well, there's a lot of Mexican people here too and not a lot of Jews, so the likelihood of a mix is likely. Here we've got instructions of the whole steps of beer making, which we're not going to read through this whole thing. They can
just go to your store and you buy it.
They can Google it. We're going to take a right. We're in a yellow room.
And a Prestige Brewers.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Corn beer from the Incas and their beer mugs. Those are way better than Stein's.
They're literally gold tins that held beer.
Look at this. Moche, ancient growlers. Dude, I would buy a growler that looks like a fish or a...
Puffer fish.
Yeah, like a statue or a gourd or... Oh my god, that's like a dude's face. That's hilarious. I would totally buy that.
Can you imagine back in the day? It was like, yeah, look at my growler. It's like, is that your... It's my mother.
Yeah. Do you guys fill up relatives or just brand ones?
How can you imagine being the guy that's like, all right, I need you to model right now. You're going to be a growler. You're going to be immortalized in a museum in San Diego for the rest of your life.
Make it look like you're shitting. Make it look like you're shitting and someone's stabbing you in the left eye. We are now at the south end of the east side in a green and orange room. Looking at the east wall, we've got... I've actually seen this sculpture before. This engraving, this marble work of a guy in a chariot shooting a lion.
This is, if I remember correctly from history class, this is out of pretty much the first known society that was all war driven. Yeah, they made a lot of weapons and they made a lot of war strategies we use today. I can't think of what they're called, but I know for a fact that's fact. That's not.
That sign says
fake news.
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia. That's exactly what I was
I'm
trying to get at.
I'm going to trust what that one says, but I will believe you for now because I cannot contradict that.
So they actually
I can't disprove that.
They made good infantry strategies, where they were the ones who designed pretty much getting above the ground by creating ladders and then just annihilating people with arrows.
Wait, they designed being above the ground. So before the Mesopotamians, we were all mole people.
They designed the strategy. And they did. They also designed digging underneath the wall to infiltrate structures.
Wait, so they were the mole people.
They are the mole people.
The Mesopotamian mole people.
Yeah. And
we have gone on the east wall, and we're now to the Asian section where you see Chinese beers. I'm not a huge fan of most Chinese beers. A lot of them are really light for me. Like, sometimes I like them.
World's oldest beer.
Well, China's way fucking older than everyone else, so of course they have the oldest beer.
See, the first time I ever heard about beer was that the Egyptians would use the beer to clean their water, so it was actually able to drink from it so they can survive.
Oh yeah, that's why everyone in the Old West was drunk all the fucking time, is because beer was safe. Like, you had to have a minimum amount of alcohol.
I don't know if I would call it being drunk. I think it was called more of just
surviving. Yeah, no, you had to have alcohol in your water, otherwise it would poison you.
Oh, here's we used to use one of these in history class in elementary school.
This is mortar pestle.
Ah, mortar.
This is from Terra Humara.
Terra Humara.
I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah. It's actually in the mountains of Mexico, kind of more remote by Sierra Madrid, if I am not mistaken with my agriculture.
You are not mistaken. That is an excellent
literally is a map right
corn
here.
Analysis.
I'm not that smart. I'm literally just reading the signs, but making it sound like I know what I'm doing, guys.
All right, we're heading west again, and we're looking at a big old rock. A big old rock. It's got a lot of carvings on it. It's the zoomorph B.
Not the A. We only are able to get the B. Version A is a little too pricey for our interior in San Diego.
But honestly, if you really think about it, I think the B side is better. Like the A side's got all the hits on it.
But the B side
Has the true soul.
has the real lyrics
Yeah,
that just get you.
It's the artistry. It's the real compassion. Like the A side, everyone's dancing to it. But what do you got to think about?
Yeah, B side really makes you determine your life decisions, and I think we're on the south side of the B side.
This is the cosmic monster. A supernatural cosmic monster floats in the primordial sea of the underworld. Oh, I think that's what's described on the stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has the face of the ruler of Coctilli emerging from the maw of the cosmic monster. So basically, the cosmic monster itself is shitting out the king of Zomofriof.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I shouldn't be reading these signs anymore.
Zomorph?
Zoomorph. It's Zoomorph. Why can I not read?
Dude, that was a type of Power Ranger, right? The Zoomorphs?
I think the Z-Morphs were the Sunday cartoon people that were like, I can't be a ranger, but I'll be a Z-Morph.
It was like the off-brand Power Rangers. It's like, Mom, I wanted a Power Rangers cake, not a Zoomorph.
Yeah, it's like, oh, honey, I got you all 5 figures. These are the Z-Morphs. Mom, I wanted the Power Rangers.
Oh, God.
These aren't real animals.
This is a hieroglyph of the creation myth for an Aztec group, I believe.
So basically, when the ruler, Coctilli...
No, these are Mayans, sorry.
Mayans.
So Coctilli, I said the Aztec. The Mayans and Aztecs are different.
They are very different. And actually, Mayan culture is more preserved due to the pyramids and all the other stuff. They both actually, funny fact, they actually both had very similarities in religion and beliefs. It was just demographically, they were just completely different.
Oh yeah, like one group was really into jazz. The other one was much more into like hip hop, R&B.
Exactly.
Just very different demographics, the Egyptians and the Mayans.
Yeah, like definitely Mayans like the A side and Aztecs definitely like the B side.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, these are from the Mayan classical era, which I like, but I really like the more like postmodernist Mayan artwork.
Yeah, like the little homies. I love those little figures. That's definitely more modern Mayan.
What do you think about this bench? Do you think that's part of the artwork? Do you think that's Mayan in origin?
So this bench looks like it was definitely created around, I don't know, maybe like 1500 BC. It's probably definitely one of the very first stable sitting spots. Probably mostly more for royalty, as I can see, because you can see how it's flat, right?
That's very flat.
And the flat, it meant purity, and purity is definitely something that was considered important in royalty.
I don't think anyone's looking, but do you want to give it a sit? Tell us how comfortable it is.
Ooh, it's very smooth. My bottom kind of hurts a little bit, but it's rock hard. But I mean, considered, we're no mattresses, nothing. This is probably the most comfortable seat I've ever sat in, and my butt's just kind of going numb.
You're putting your place in the Mayan ruler's position right now.
So I feel like now I should be being like, bring me something, boy.
Does this feel regal?
I literally feel like I've just got transported back to BC.
This was your coronation.
I feel like this is like a king size bed for me.
Out of 10, what do you rate it on sits?
For modern day, it's like a 3. But if I were to go back in time,
that's a diss to the Mayans.
This is a 10.
This is a 10.
This is a 10.
The Mayans have lower sitting standards.
If you were to be like, hey, do you want to lay on the ground or sit on this awesome bench? I'm sitting on the awesome bench.
Yeah. Okay, I dig it. So we're looking at the back wall. We've got some more...
Another pillar.
More
another
things
rock.
about the Mayans.
A taller pillar.
Ooh. Stella E is what that's name is. It's a hieroglyphic inscription.
On the east side, you can see it was photographed by Alfred B. Maudslay in 1885.
I love the fact that these guys were like so douchey and entitled. They're just like, look at that beautiful thing. Take it. It's mine. Cut it up. It's mine now.
Yeah. I call dibs. And we're missing all this beautiful pottery and looks like masks.
Yeah, this was for personal bloodletting, these bowls.
So
wow.
basically what they would do, and I can remember this from history. So what they would do is that women would cut up their tongues, and they would let the blood go into the bowl, and then men would take looks like a string, and it had blades on it, like thorns, and they would wrap around their penis and genitalia, and they would just cut up their penis like Vienna sausage.
I really hope that's not the truth.
100% true, because those were the two parts on a man and a woman that bled the most. So a woman
I'm sorry, what? The woman's tongue bleeds the most? Our female listeners, you have to let me know, does your tongue bleed often? Because mine doesn't.
And they would do that, and then they would pour the blood, and it was only the kings, and they would pour the blood as an offering to their gods because it was royal blood.
Are you telling me that the king of the Mayans wrapped his dick in razor wire?
100%.
That is terrifying.
And just
We're moving on. We're moving on from the razor wire penis because that's making my butthole pucker. I'm nervous.
Can you imagine if you take the responsibility as a king? You're like, yeah, I'll be the king. I'll be the ruler of people. It's like, all right, one condition though, you got to chop up your penis, and it still worked. They did it. So they still had babies, obviously.
We got some Mayan dolls over here.
I remember I had to make a Mayan doll when I was in elementary school. I had to make a clay of a little family on a little wicker basket and a blanket that I had made.
Nice. We're heading west, and we're going into what looks like a very space Mayan tube.
Yeah, more of the cosmos.
Next to the stairs.
I can already feel myself transporting to a whole other dimension. Fun jokes on them. We didn't end up actually dying to the Mayan calendar.
That's true.
See, people think that the Mayan calendar was like a prediction. I think they just ran out of stone.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, the calendar's got to end, like, my calendar ends at the end of the year, and a very smart person with a lot of very interesting technology who can predict the movement of the sun and moon just by looking on a fancy device in their office, like, they printed out this calendar. They worked really hard on it, and it's very accurate. And it ends at the end of this year. I think time just stops.
I think the Mayans did so hard sculpting it. They're like, hey guys, let's just skip this year. Ooh, leave your monster. Look at someone left Illuminati, or the Illuminati's real. I can see it.
We've started going south, and we're now at a monster exhibit, and we see a cootie catcher, and it says, leave your monsters here. Make sure that no monsters show up in your dreams. And so we're gonna write down our nightmares, and we're gonna put them on here, and we're gonna tie it on. Mine is dying alone. Here we go, tying it on. I like one here says ice. I appreciate that. I'm sure probably a lot of them say ice here because, fuck ice. Those Nazi bastards.
I appreciate the people who did theirs in English and Spanish.
That is nice having...
Don't Be the Bunny is one of them. The meat industry is their monster. How dare they? Meat is delicious.
Okay, Sinclair. Go back to the jungle, why don't you?
Past mistakes is my monster. My monster would probably have to be just pooping in public. I'm going to leave that at the door.
All right, we're leaving pooping at the door and we're moving in. We see, what's on this wall? We got monster or not? An anglerfish. I'm going to say not a monster. Ho-ho!
Not a monster. Although these fish kind of look like monsters, they're built like that for the deep sea habitat. They lure smaller fish into their mouths using a natural light attached to their forehead. Yeah, we've all seen Finding Nemo.
All right, this next one. What do we think?
Ooh, Alien from the movie Alien. Definitely a monster, but is it not a monster? It's not.
You're a swine. It's called a xenomorph.
Amphipod, actually.
Inspired a monster.
Aunt B, not Aunt A, but Aunt B, says the alien queen in the movie Aliens was based on this tiny deep-sea animal, the amphipod, made its home inside the body of other species after eating all their insides.
Gross. Monster or not, that's an octopus, but it's got like a squid head.
So it's called a squid. Because squids also have tentacles.
But they don't have suckers, do they?
Yeah.
Squids have suckers? I thought it was just octopus had suckers.
No.
Oh, that's the Kraken. Okay, fair enough.
It's a Humboldt squid.
What is this? This is monster or not? This is like another Kraken thing, but it's got...
This is definitely an octopus.
Vampire squid.
Oh, vampire squid.
Wow.
The squid is
Sucks
named
blood.
after vampires, not because it sucks blood, but because of how it
Oh,
looks
not
with the
because
red
sucks
eyes.
blood. I should read.
They look like...
Oh, that's gross.
It looks like when you leave those little guys in the cups to grow them. That's what it looks like.
All right, we've got a Mad Libs here.
A great ninja.
A great taco.
A great taco named Shayla, and her elbow DeLong.
We're crossing the North Sea in search of the lonely Kraken.
Ooh.
Oh, the lonely Kraken.
This enormous squid.
Had drowned. No.
No. Had poked.
Had poked.
No.
No. Yep, there we go. Had kissed
Had kissed.
many ships and wiggled.
And hugged hundreds of sailors.
Hugged hundreds of sailors. Shia was determined to defeat it so the ocean would be huge. The ocean would be huge.
Huge problem. Ocean would be cotton candy.
Suddenly, we moved on to a different thing. Here's some mermaid statues.
Yeah, definitely seeing some titties.
Some mer titties.
Those nipples are huge.
Rate those mer nips. 10 out of 10 on the mer nip scale.
Oh, what is this?
Come on, what do you give it on the mer nip scale?
Oh, dude, on a scale, I give it definitely a 9, bro.
Okay,
Those things were huge.
We've entered a cave. There's some samurai stuff. There's a mastodon skull. That's pretty cool.
Well, there's also a dragon bracelet. Do they sell those at the gift shop? Because I definitely want one.
Dude, you'd look sick in that dragon bracelet.
It's a gift from it's a gift from someone who found it. I thought it was actually like history of who gave this to this samurai.
Yeah. There's a knife here from China from a date unknown.
It looks like more of a machete than a knife, really.
Who takes that on a date? It's unknown.
Yeah, it's like, hey, so you look kind of cute. Here's a machete.
Yeah.
Oh, I've always wanted a machete. It's like our Louis Vuitton. You give a girl a Louis Vuitton purse. Back in the day, like, oh my god, I don't have this machete already.
Dude, look at this samurai. He's got a mustache on the helmet. That's incredible. I've got a mustache so manly it goes through my armor.
See, this looks like Ned Flanders would wear this kind of armor.
Hi, diddly ho, ninjas. I like that he's got nipple hooks for suspension.
Yeah, dude. So as we saw with the mermaid statues, nipples were actually a really big thing in like Chinese culture.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's a sensitive part, so they feel if they can puncture their sensitivity, they don't feel pain.
So that's why they had extra armor on those nips.
Yeah. And here we have a painting of, it looks like a samurai fighting off a dragon with a little dragon riding its back.
Yeah, and there's like a little weird blue dude. I don't know what that dude is. He's a little demon.
I don't know, it looks like he's got a microphone or a little hammer.
He's got an afro. Or a mohawk.
He's got a little mohawk going
He's
on.
a sweet little dude. I've changed my mind about him. I'm down.
Yeah, he's like, ha, we will.
I got you, dragon boy. We got a foot. That's a Camarasaurus.
It's
Four-limb.
hollow.
It's fake bones. I'm out of here. That's a cave bear skull.
Fake also.
Fake bears.
You can tell the stuff is real compared to fake when it's in a glass container.
That's true. Like here we've got a narwhal tusk. Narwhals, did you know that not all of them have one tusk?
I didn't know.
Some of them have more.
Really?
Yeah, like they've seen one with up to 7. Also, what's hilarious, they don't even use them for anything. They're bottom feeders. Like
What?
they eat shit off the bottom of the Arctic Ocean.
What?
Yeah, they eat like crabs. Like they don't use it for anything. It's scary looking, I guess.
Man, no wonder people who saw the tusk believed it belonged to a unicorn.
Right? Oh, the sea unicorns.
Oh, let's see. Actually, fun fact, Mesopotamia, if we're going to go back to that real quick, unicorns actually did exist.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
It's hard out here. It's hard out here for an imp. Way to just like take normal culture and try to make it fun for children. We're pretty much the monster party is basically just for kids.
That's hilarious. And what is this? This is how to defeat a Oh, and they've got golems, a kappa. Can we get a kappa in the chat?
Kappa in the chat, please.
Kappas
I smell
smell
wonderful, like a rotten fish, and cause all kinds of trouble. Bow to me politely, and I am forced to bow in return. When I do, water will spill out of a hole in the top of my head. That's gross. Leaving me powerless.
Oh, you just gotta bow. That's easy. That's
So if you bow,
a one
it
step
bows,
defeat.
and it just drains its head.
So
Oh my gosh, someone's on YouTube.
someone's on YouTube in this museum. Bad sign. The kids they're ruined. So these, oh yeah, of course, we're still in the monsters. So these are international monsters. We've got, what are these? These are frankincense and myrrh smell of a phoenix. We've got a Sasquatch foot. For a while, I wanted to be a cryptozoologist.
A cryptozoologist. I have a coworker who's a paleontologist, and I thought I'd be really original and ask her, "Hey, did you find Megalodon yet?" And she looked at me, she goes, "They're all dead."
That isn't hilarious. She was right. They are all dead.
Well, I argued with her. I said, I don't think they're all dead. I think some of them are actually still alive, because we've only really, honestly covered 10%.
And there's Quetzalcoatl.
Oh, we all can't forget Quetzalcoatl.
Now
There's Foo Dogs.
we're in some sort of monster theater where we've got puppets
Oh my
of
god.
the Manticore, a fierce creature with 3 rows of terrible teeth. He's a red tiger on crack with a stinger tail.
Hey, so-
Imagine a scorpion combined with a lion combined with acid.
I just gotta say one thing about this museum. We have all these really intense monster creatures, and then they just throw Godzilla at the end.
Yeah, that's a great
Godzilla-
observation.
Godzilla's
Look
a
at
hero.
the row of this. It's werewolf, Ninky Nanka, unicorn, Leshy, manticore, zombie, Godzilla. Only one of those is a property of someone who wrote it this century.
And then we have
Now
walk into
we're
a
in
bedroom.
This bedroom, we got Sully.
We got a what are they called? The little fur guys that turn really crazy.
Gremlin?
It's a gremlin with a centipede body. It's what nightmares
Oh.
are made out of.
Yeah, that is. I'm going to dream about that later today. Ooh, here we got some monster repellents.
Bloodstone. Carry it for courage. To clear confusion and banish evil.
We got some garlic. Oh, we got some zombie culture here. Monsters as they're currently seen. Monsters are kind of cool.
So basically, just get yourself some black
look.
salt and you'll be fine.
Beware. Do not look under that bed. Michael, will you give us the honor of looking under that bed, telling us what's under there?
A plastic box with 2 red lights.
Boo. All right. We've exited the monster area.
They put Men in Black pop figure. I don't know if those Men in Black pop. They put pop figures in
There
the
are
museum.
some pop figures. There's also the creeper from Minecraft.
Definitely a child built this part of the museum.
Absolutely. And we are now almost done with the first floor. We're going to go back towards the exit south, and we're going to look at, I think, masks, and then we're probably going to go up to the next floor. Michael, anything coming up or anything you want to pimp right now? Anything that our viewers should go check out?
Is that how you say if I want to plug anything? You want to pimp anything
you
out?
want to pimp anything here?
Well, I do shows here locally in San Diego, so you can always look me up on Instagram to look up when those. And then I also have a podcast called Power Comedy, who I do it with my co-host Nick Dorian, who's a powerlifter. We call it Power Comedy because he's a powerlifter. I'm a comedian. We talk about anything and everything. It's all uncut.
Very cool.
So you can find us on iTunes or SoundCloud just under Power Comedy Podcast.
Very cool. I dig this mask because that guy looks like he was relaxing. He was like, "Oh, rub the plaster on my face."
It puts the plaster on the skin, or else it takes the hose again.
Oh, that was too good.
And then this guy look at this guy who was like, "I'm gonna do it with my eyes open."
I think that's a woman.
This woman's like, "I'm gonna do it with my eyes open."
Yeah, she's like,
Women
"Fucking do it."
Women do it better. Come on, fucking get it in my eyes.
All right.
I ain't scared.
We're about to go up the stairs on the west side, and we're going to catch you upstairs. Okay, we're at the top of the stairs. We're looking at an exhibit called Post Secret at the San Diego Museum. Man, it looks like these are postcards that people wrote their secrets on. You've got a secret, and so do millions of other people. Post Secret is a community project. I guess they write their secret on a postcard and they send it in.
I feel like it's a really good like psychology method.
What's something that you're willing to admit on the podcast? Maybe something embarrassing. I'll go first.
I got a perfect story. I'll go first.
Okay.
So I went to a whole new high school and I met a bunch of new people. And my sophomore year in high school, I finally got my first stable group of friends, and I got invited to my first LAN party. I'm super excited. I go over, I bring all my Xbox stuff, and I wasn't feeling that good, but I didn't want to miss out. We're all hanging out. We're all having Domino's Pizza and Mountain Dew. And my stomach starts to really grumble. And so I think to myself, like, oh, God, I have to fart. But no one's going to hear me. So I fart. And really what happened was I sharted.
Ooh,
and
that is a hard one.
And I didn't have a cell phone at the time. We couldn't afford one. So in my head, it's like, okay, what am I going to do? So I go to the bathroom, I clean myself up, and I go, I can't leave because it'll be noticeable. I have to tell them, hey, I go to my mom, I shoot my pants. No, so instead, I stay for the entire night, and I leave in the morning. And the funny part of that story is literally 6 years later, I tell my good friend Anthony, who's at his house, what happened, and the look on his face.
Oh.
He's like, dude, you took a shit at my house.
And just sat in it for hours.
No, I cleaned it up. Like, I wiped it up and everything. But, man, I remember one key point in the night, someone's like, dude, it smells like shit. And I was like, I don't know.
Dude, that's got to be rough.
That's probably one of my most embarrassing stories. I think I've only told like 3 other people that story. I thought about bringing it on the stage, but I'm not sure if I feel ready yet.
One of my, I'll go there. I'll reciprocate. One of my most embarrassing things, this was my first time partying in Santa Barbara. I was getting drunk with a good friend, and Isla Vista, some people may know, is a party town. And boy, did I have fun with Jello shots my first time. And it was probably the drunkest I've ever been. And we made it to 7-Eleven, where I decided to order a bunch of taquitos. And if that's not embarrassing enough, I then take that to, I get my taquitos, decide to go to the bathroom, and I'm sitting there at the urinal, using it, not sitting, standing at the urinal, peeing, and I think, oh God, these taquitos in my pocket are kind of precarious. Like, they're sitting in my hoodie pocket. They could fall out. And if they did, I would then have to make the decision of whether or not I would have to eat it. I'm just having this hypothetical discussion with myself. And that's when I turn around and find a taquito on the ground that I had dropped. And I then was faced with the decision that I was already dreading.
So I eat the taquito and do...
And so I picked it up as quick as I could.
5-second rule.
Yeah. Or probably longer than that because I was drunk and stumbling. So I pick it up and I looked at it to see if there's anything dirt on it, and there wasn't anything on the taquito. The floor wasn't wet. And I looked at the floor and it looked like it had just been cleaned. It was the cleanest floor
so clean you can eat
of a 7-Eleven. So I did. I ate that taquito. And it's it's the most embarrassing thing that I'm willing to admit. And I have done that one on stage. I'm the type of guy to eat a taquito off the floor of a 7-Eleven bathroom.
That makes me feel so much better about my own story.
Right? See?
Look on the secrets. I can't tell my parents where I'm deployed or when I'll be home. And if I die, they can't be told why.
That's a pretty rough secret. When people I love leave voicemails on my phone, I always save them in case they die. And then I'll never hear their voice again. Well, that's kind of weird. I guess it's nice. But if you told someone that, it'd be weird. Hey, Michael, you know that time that you told me that I owe you $20? I saved that voicemail in case you ever die, tomorrow. Then I can hear your voice again.
Oh, wow. There's some really... Dad, I understand why you killed yourself, and it makes me not want to be a father, because deep down, I know I'm just like you.
Ooh, rough-a-roni. We're looking at their album covers, and they've got some postcards on them. They're in some plastic sleeves. It's a very cool exhibit.
We got some Diana Ross right here. I secretly give 10% discounts to unsuspecting senior citizen customers.
That's nice. After we split, I missed the cat more than her son.
I dream that there's a lover who will know that I'm faking.
All right.
I still drink out of my dead son's sippy cup. It doesn't make it any easier. Oh my god.
Well, it does make it easier to drink.
Right.
Like, I understand using a sippy cup. Like, yeah, your son...
It's like, oh my god, I miss my son, but I'm not spilling anything.
Yeah, like, your son died, and I get that makes it weird to drink out of a sippy cup, but it's still very
It's
convenient.
like, use my secrets, because he'll forget them. These are super.
That person was very, like, moody.
Check.
I understand why he killed himself.
Check. Say I love you. Check. Say I'm sorry. Kill myself. Unchecked. Checked. Looked at postsecrets.com. Checked. Called Hope Line, and 2 going to class on Monday.
Nice.
Whoa.
Oh, that's very nice.
Whoa.
Let's hop out of here.
Who doesn't like going to class on Monday? I have class on Monday coming up when I start school this semester, and I'm not excited about it.
Yeah, I used to hate the idea of 7 a.m. classes, and then I worked from 5 a.m. to 1:30 for the last week, or the last 2 weeks. So that definitely reordered my my list of what I liked and what I didn't.
You definitely underestimate when you have to actually go to class. Like, oh, you're gonna be close to 9. You start real life. Like, oh, be here at 7:30 in the morning every
Be here
day.
at 5 a.m. All right, now we're looking at some tapestries. We took a right after we left Post Secrets. Some nice tapestries.
Worth hiding. Ooh.
Ooh, secret languages and devotions.
See, that's what it looked like. They would use to rip up their penis and genitalia. I just like saying penis and genitalia. Honestly, it makes. I feel like with today's people are embracing vulgarity. If you say things like the actual terms, it makes things awkward than saying dick and balls.
That's fair. Here's a sword cane. It's actually illegal in every state. Sword canes are illegal.
Really?
In every state.
I did not know that.
But you can buy an assault rifle at Walmart, which I'm not complaining about. I just think it's funny.
The exhibit has real secrets. They can be funny, romantic, painful, or controversy, and may also be disturbed for some.
This is the Post Secrets,
Ah.
where you can add your own.
Some people are really going intense and not posting their secrets.
And here's our first animal allies.
I'll give you guys a hint. It's not a dog.
It's actually a wolf. A Smurf. The Smurf was the first ally of humans in the great Smurf-human ice giant war. And then eventually we killed the Smurfs because those guys are fucking annoying.
Yeah, we're freaking bigger than them, and we smashed them. And that's how blueberry jam was invented.
Yeah, and boy, are we thankful. Now we're in some sort of weird living room. We've got some curtains, a couch, pictures of people with animals. Oh, these are pet portraits through history.
Huh.
That's interesting. Did you know that pets got rights before kids did?
I did know that, considering the fact that we built statues of cats and dogs. And did you know that when emperors would die, they would bring their animals with them alive, even their horses. They would put their trusty horses in the grave with them, and they would literally smother them to death with dirt.
I heard that, and I find that to be odd.
So they would find horses, and they would check them out, and they would literally be...
Beetle wrestling. We found
Beetle wrestling.
Pet beetle wrestling. I highly recommend looking.
Okay, first of all, that's
Japanese bug fights.
That's a gigapet. And the beetle in the middle is a transformer beetle. Those aren't real.
And one of the top ones from Yu-Gi-Oh.
And this one is, no, that's oh, it is Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, you were right. And this one is Nanos. It's almost like a Lego beetle.
Liars. I actually have one of these cages. I have a cage for a cricket. It's an ancient Chinese cage. It's very cool.
Where'd you get a cricket cage?
I think the White Elephant sale. It's a very cool thing in Oakland. We're now going to the right by a white wall of bugs.
Living with pests.
Take a step up, living with pests. Oh, we got some rodents on some suitcases.
So
to our
basically, rodents were imported on ships, and that's what caused mass diseases. So they're always like, oh, look at these cute little rats, when in fact they murdered everybody.
So when I when I visited Kenya and Tanzania,
Don't ever harm me.
on the way back, they sprayed the airplane with pesticide. Like the flight attendants wearing gas masks walked up and down the hallway of the plane with aerosol cans of pesticide to kill any bugs on us.
Ooh.
because no one wants tsetse flies. Because tsetse flies are the fucking worst.
They're like, all right. Cool.
They're flies that suck blood, that have sleeping sickness, and they have sponge bones.
Ooh.
So when you smash them,
They
they
spring
get up again.
What?
It's the worst. And they're all over, like, East Africa. And so they're like, no, these shits aren't leaving. I don't care if you get cancer.
I love how they're like, I just love how their idea to fix that is just spray you with pesticide. Not, hey, let's just, we have this stuff going on that helps you, or take this pill. It's no, literally like, all right, we're going to spray you with a really dangerous chemical and just hope you live.
This is a really cool thing. This is animals on our plates. We're looking at different meals from the Asian.
I'm so glad we ate before we came here because this all looks delicious.
Oh, yeah. And these are actually really cool projectors in what looks like ceiling lights projecting onto tables.
2017. Chicken pescado.
All right, moving on. More plates. Potted pigeon, the 1900s meal. Have you ever had a potted pigeon?
I've never had a potted pigeon. Never a day in my life. So is this all about just like...
Got a crossbow.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Canteen.
Ooh.
Crossbow hunting. Moose hunt
This
in the
is-
Yukon. Oh, this video contains some graphic material, guys.
Oh, this is a moose
Oh.
getting hunted by a crossbow.
All I can think about right now is, hey, what's up? My name's Jack. Welcome to Jackass.
It's not even a fucking crossbow. It's just a compound bow. What are you talking about? You liar. Oof. Aw, moose are so big. Moose are
That's-
like 2 stories tall sometimes.
That barely did anything to him.
Oh, of course not. It's a fucking moose, man. Those things are tremendous.
I'm still fishing for halibut.
They're just doing it for the halibut. These are the old 3D. We'll put one in here, and what does it look like?
Butchers.
Yep. We're now going to an exhibit that is going to try to make us vegans. This is press to do the video.
Oh my god, this might be the...
Looking at a pig nursery. Oh, cute little piggies.
Oh, they have like... Well, first of all, this is a really nice Asus monitor, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I have this exact monitor. Too bad they're playing like a 240 video on it.
I like it. They're just showing how they just like...
They're just showing pigs suckling, just a lot of pig. And yeah, the pigs are in like
Small cages.
small cages, and that's not great. But it's a graphic. The music is like way too intense for it. Music's like ba 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 ba. Time to fight, they're gonna die. And it's like, oh no, they're just suckling. Like that's it.
It's what we do to put me on the
What
table.
are you talking
I
about?
like it. It's like... It's like that high pitch where you think to myself like, oh man, like, are we sacrificing Jesus right now? Like, literally, that song made me think of Passion of the Christ.
That's a movie I don't appreciate.
I look at you as a person, and I always forget about the small things.
The Jew thing.
Yeah, you know.
But hey, maybe he doesn't like that anti-Semitic piece of shit movie.
I'm just... Yeah.
Also, I think Mel Gibson's a terrible actor, if I'm being honest. I've never liked him in anything he did. Daddy's Home 2, why did anyone go see that? And like, I don't know. People are like, isn't it time to forgive Mel Gibson? It's like, you can forgive him, like you don't have to be angry. So back to our audience. I got caught up in talking. We
Mel
went
Gibson.
all the way down south. We went out of the living with animals where we came from. We're now back above the stairs, and we're going across to ancient Egypt. But
So-
yeah, Mel Gibson, like, is it time to forgive him? You don't have to be actively angry about it, but the guy's still an anti-Semite and a racist. Like, he's still a bad dude.
Yeah, I don't think I've liked Mel Gibson since Lethal Weapon 1. And even then, I was a child, I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
I watched an interview with him recently, and he honestly really looks like straight, like shit. Like, he doesn't look good at all. He was on Joe Rogan, and I'm like, I literally couldn't watch the interview. I'm like, this is it's not good content.
It was just sad.
It's just not sad. He's talking about his dad being sick, and he just, big beard, just kind of looked like garbage. Ooh.
We are now entering the Ancient Egypt exhibit, and it's nice and refrigerated here. And it's got human remains.
Whoa.
We got a sarcophagus with a goofy face on it in green. I love it.
So what they believed that doing their face of their like royalty like that was a way to help like remember them, like to have their face through the afterlife. And actually, what's really funny is so the first couple coffins that made cost them so much money that after the next couple of royal family members that died couldn't get as an extravagant like resting because it cost too much money. They did it all in gold. They eventually cremated them and put them in little mini coffin, like little mummy canisters.
Yeah, like not everyone can afford a pyramid.
Well, it would take years. It would literally take years to craft this thing, and that's the thing. People don't know that. That was the biggest shock to me when I was learning about it.
Pyramids take a long time to make?
No, pyramids, because a pyramid isn't. Well, it's a grave site, but no, it's just like the whole like. That's why they mummified people, is to keep their bodies preserved while they made their coffin, get their site digged up and everything like that.
Here we've got some of the funeral practices, including Ushabitis. We went right after we entered the Egyptian section. We're looking at some, I like that blue, is that jade?
Where on the bottom?
No, in the middle right here.
In the middle, that's a scarab. That I think might be made out of jade. And it looks like wood too.
Yeah.
No, it's made out of wood.
Oh, well, the blue is a very nice blue on some of these mini sarcophaguses.
They did a lot of blue.
The Ushabits.
And another crazy thing about...
Damn, more sarcophagi.
Yeah, you could get a sarcophagi for your normal people. It just costs a lot of money. Actually, a lot of people, it was almost like an insurance where if you worked with the king long enough, they would give you one.
That's very cool.
Oh my god, I can't believe I remember all this stuff from history class.
Here we've got a comb, we've got some rope. Mm-hmm. Ooh, blue cobalt. Oh, green malachite. That's what some of those were made out of. I like that, I dig it.
A headrest with comb, so if you're tired, you put your head rest right there.
Oh, nice. Dude, I need some more headrests. We got some bronze tools.
I don't know why headrest never stayed. I would love to have a headrest.
Yeah, just walk around with one and be like, I'm tired, man.
Yeah,
you're lean against this wall.
If they put headrests in schools, maybe people wouldn't fall sick too often.
All right, we went all the way right. We could. Now we're backing out and going counterclockwise through the room. Another sarcophagus on our right. Looks like the other sarcophagus. If I'm being honest, I'm running out of things to say about sarcophaguses, and I'm getting nervous. This is a big deal.
So one thing about, whoa, here we go. Egyptian mummies. This one doesn't have a head. I feel like I'm getting jits.
This belongs in a museum. Oh, call back. You're getting Egypt.
Oh. Oh my god. See, and this is when they start doing smaller ones. So right now we're at a smaller sarcophagi.
Is it because it was for a child?
You know what? So they say child, right? So their whole ideology of like ages and children were different. So like the average pharaoh ruler was the age 15 to 18.
It's a very short time span.
King Tut was 15 years old when he ruled Egypt. Can you imagine when you were at 15 years old and now you have to think to yourself, I have to rule a country?
Yes, I think I would have believed that I was ready and I would not have been. And I would have led my people into doom. It would have been real rough for Maxitopia.
At 15, I was at the peak of my bullying, and I'd be like, bring those who have bullied me.
Oh, bring the wedgie.
Bring them to me.
All right, we have left ancient Egypt, and we are heading to our right. We're looking at Kumeyaay, native California. It's a big pot. Oh, I'm a big fan of big pot.
Oh, and wicker baskets, see? Look at the art of basketry.
You actually got your degree in underwater basket weaving, isn't that right?
I did. I spent $70,000 for my bachelor's degree and my master's degree in weaving baskets.
Sorry, where was that again? There was some school in Oregon, right?
Yeah, it was at the Art Institute of Basketry. It was supported by government funds, and it's to help to preserve Californian architect and agriculture and all that stuff. It's kind of like
But primarily baskets, I assume.
Yeah, basically, if it's, instead of finding like really cool fossils and bones, I find baskets and I reweave them.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's actually really incredible. And all of the proceeds that people, when they buy the baskets, that goes to charity, right?
Yeah. We go to weaving more baskets for young children. Instead of giving them food, we give them basket plates. We put the food they
so
don't
nice.
have to put on there.
So when someone else gives them food, they have somewhere to put it.
Yeah, and it also helps catch like rocks and water.
That's beautiful. We've passed
definitely
more
$70,000 well spent.
Ooh. Here's
power to
some
heal.
Power to heal. This is some of the curing shaman herbs, including scrub oak, which looks like balls, and white sage, which looks like hippie shit, and some sycamore.
White sage is what they sell at Trader Joe's for white moms who wanted to get rid of the evil spirits they just found on YouTube.
Oh yeah, when you gotta cleanse your house,
I
you
have
gotta
to cleanse
get some
my
white
house.
sage.
It's like, Janet, didn't you get your house built like 2 years ago? No one's died here yet. I know, but I need to clear the evil spirits.
Yeah, this is a prefab from Taylor Morrison. Do they all come with the ghost? So do they all come with bad energy? Is that just your relationship? Oh, eat it, Janet.
Eat it, Janet.
Now we're on the back side of the California Native exhibit. We're looking at some crystal.
Yeah, crystal's a really big thing for Californians. A lot of hipsters believe that crystal controls their energy.
I think it's hippies again.
Hippies.
Hipsters and hippies are different.
See, I feel like it changes. I feel like they go to hippies, and then when a hippie settles, they want to be called a hipster because they feel it's more defined.
Oh.
Like hippies were like, oh, I'm not a hipster, I'm a hippie, I'm original. Now everyone's hippies, but now everyone's like, well, I'm actually the original hipster.
That's an interesting perspective that I hadn't even thought of.
Because you have to be so you have to be so nonconformist that you have to take the other name. So now hipster will be the like cool name. Like, I'm not a hippie, I'm a hipster.
Interesting. Now we're looking at some gifts of the earth.
Yeah.
More plants.
Some more rocks to crush up some corn.
We got some bows and arrows. We got a dead animal. What type of animal is that? Is that a coyote? Is it a weasel?
It looks like a weasel that's ripped open, and they put the arrows up its anus to hold the arrows.
It's a raccoon quiver.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I've got a quiver full. And you just pull out a raccoon heart on a stick.
Hey, man, you have an extra quiver? Nah, if I'm your raccoon, I'll get you one.
Oh, yeah. Hey, can I borrow anyone's quiver? Oh, Todd has an extra raccoon.
What's that gonna do? You shove it up its anus.
Yeah.
You can make anything into a quiver, really.
Yeah, you can make anything a quiver if you're brave enough.
Ooh, science.
We are
Just
now
proving
going...
the idea of race. Wow.
This is going to be a touchy exhibit. We're going into race. Are we so different? Question mark. Who do you mean by we, though? Because we are not that different because we're both white guys.
Yeah. Technically, I don't see this exhibit because I don't see race or gender, so I don't know what's going on.
I can't even see this whole exhibit. I'm just so race neutral. Explore how modern humans traveled across the world.
Oh, there we go. So modern humans first appeared in Africa almost 200,000 years ago.
There's a place, it's called the Cradle of Humanity. I've actually been there. It was very cool. All of the different types of hominids have been found there. So that's where they... All right. I guess we will leave the museum.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
It's going to be completely talking about
10 seconds.
All right. We just got thrown out of the museum for the first time on the Everyone Hates Us Here podcast.
I really think that this is the first time the title actually applies.
Yeah, to be fair, we've gotten nasty looks.
Yeah.
We've gotten glares. We've gotten confusion.
We asked for 2 more minutes. We're like, just 2 more minutes.
To
And
be
security's
fair-
like, sorry guys, 10 seconds. We're blacking out the place.
Yeah, to be fair, we did not get kicked out because they didn't like us. We got kicked out because the museum closed. But that's all right. We only had the end of that section left. And I'll tell you what, it was incredible. And you really need to go see it.
Yeah, you need to come see the museum, man, down here in San Diego.
In Balboa Park. It's really incredible. Again, the point of this podcast is for you to go and walk through it with us and listen and hear the banter as we go through. Go out to museums. They really are the coolest place that's inside. Like, you can go hiking, you can go do all sorts of stuff, but this is really cool. This is like hitting random article on Wikipedia for a whole night, but all in 2 hours, and it's real, and you can see it, and you can touch it if you're fast and no one's looking. I would say don't do that. That's the official policy of Everyone Hates Us Here, is don't touch the art unless you don't see the sign. Then you apologize immensely as you're being screamed at.
Yeah, just say, the guys on We Hate Us Here said, it's okay. Because
Yes.
you guys can totally, that's the thing, is people misconceive that you can't touch anything in the museum, but things are made to be touched.
It's really a polite gesture. It's saying, please don't touch the art. Don't it's not like a firm, it's not like, it's a bone. It can't give consent.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a person, you have to ask.
Yeah, don't
But this is
don't go around touching real people. But if they're dead or art, then go
a
have some fun.
sarcophagus, a mummy.
Yeah, a mummy with no head, which you can find here at the Museum of Men, is find a hemless mummy. Yeah, go ahead. I touched it all over. It was great.
Poke it, lick it. What did it taste like?
Yeah, it's like eating a Taki on the 7-Eleven bathroom floor.
Yep, it's just like eating a keto on the bathroom floor.
That's like a tie back right there.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, Michael.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I like the museum. This was great.
It's been a great time. Please check me out on Twitter, Facebook at Max Weinstein Comedy on Facebook, and at EHUH Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. Again, that's at EHUH Podcast. Everyone Hates Us Here. And where can they find you, Ramos?
You can find me on Instagram at Michael A. Ramos. On Twitter, also Michael A. Ramos. And then also check out my podcast called Power Comedy on iTunes and SoundCloud.
And you also Twitch stream, right?
I also Twitch stream too as well. You can find me at twitch.tv/MichaelAR15.
Perfect. Thank you guys very much for joining us on another Everyone Hates Us Here. Have a great day.